Welcome, and thanks for joining us for another episode of Code Girls on Air, a podcast exploring all things technology, female leadership, careers, education, and topics within the nonprofit sector. Today, we get to share interviews with some of the amazing students here at Code Girls United. We got to hear about projects they've worked on, along with what their favorite things about Code Girls are. Join us as we learn about the impact this program has had in the lives of these girls.
Hello, Willow. Thank you so much for joining us on Code Girls on Air. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. It's quite a pleasure to be here.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. We're happy to have you. Do you think you could start by just introducing yourself and then also saying when you started with Code Girls?
Yes, I am Willow Truman. I am 15 years old, and I started Code Girls about 5 years ago.
Wow. So you've been with the program a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Did you start? So where were we 5 years ago? Were we at the college?
Yes, we were at the college.
Oh, okay. Nice. FECC. Nice. I liked it when we were there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love our offices now, but I felt real grown up going to the college.
Yeah, it was like the first time ever
Fifth
there.
grade.
We're
Yeah.
going to the college. We're going where?
Right? Where are we going? Yeah. Every week.
Every week, yeah.
How did you hear about Code Girls?
It was a flyer in school. They handed them out
Nice.
to everyone in the class, and it was like, you could do this or this or this, and then Code Girls, and I was like, oh, I want to go try that.
Yeah, did you just choose to do it for fun, or did you always like kind of techie things?
I wasn't super big into tech back in that day, but I did really want to try it, and my parents were
yeah.
like, you should do it, so
Yeah,
that's how I got into it.
parents always help.
Always.
So you've been with it for a while now. What has been your favorite part of it so far?
I think it's working in a team and just like learning new stuff along the way, because like you're like, I know so much, and then something happens and you're like, this isn't how I wanted it to go.
No, I feel that for sure. Do you typically do more of the coding aspect and the programming, or do you like the kind of business side?
I
better?
prefer that's a hard question because I love the coding, but the business is kind of like necessary for
Yeah,
the coding to take
It really
place.
is. Yeah, getting all the research and figuring out what you want.
Yes.
When you've been in your teams, have you done more like split up, or everybody kind of touches on one thing? Or have you all?
Mostly, we all do our own thing, kind of.
Nice. What's one thing that you've learned that you've been most proud of with the program?
I think it's just how to code in general. I never knew how to code. I never thought of it at all. And then
Yeah.
it was like, all of a sudden, it was a massive part of my life.
No, it does. Yeah, I remember my first year. I couldn't believe we came in the first day and we made an app. By the time we left, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I
made
did
an
all
app.
that.
Right? So have you been with the same team the whole time, or have you kind of hopped around?
No, I had a team with my friend and another random girl the first year, and then I had a different team for another year, and then I had the same team for 2 years,
Okay.
and then I switched to another team.
And you've been in the advanced program some too, right?
Yes.
And how long have you been with that? 2 years or just one?
I think it was, let me think.
Or would I have been 3?
I think it was 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
3
what
years.
grade are you in now?
I'm in 10th grade.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Have you liked being in the advanced program?
It's very fun.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different than the regular.
Very different.
Did you like it better when you were in like the beginner curriculum, or have you liked the advanced with the more Python, JavaScript code?
The advanced more. Beginning stuff in the beginner class, like, it was very basic, and I prefer to learn new things that I haven't already knew.
That's good. Oh, and you would have come into the program already on the older end of things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the skills you've learned, just overall?
I've
Just a few of them?
learned, like, about problem solving, working with a team a bit more,
Mm-hmm.
coding, obviously.
Coding, obviously, yeah.
Designing also being a big part, because originally I was like, okay, that looks fine, but now I'm, like, kind of a perfectionist when it comes to
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah. No, I feel that for sure. Well, that's really good. Do you Code Girls kind of throws you in public speaking also, and things
Yes.
like the podcast. Did you always like doing that before, or has that kind of shifted since you've been with the program?
It's shifted, definitely. I wasn't big and I was good at expressing my opinion and stuff in large groups, but I never thought of public speaking or doing anything in front of large groups.
Yeah. No, I get that. And were you here for the Makers Fair
Yes, I
competitions?
was there.
Yeah,
for
so
the
that's
first
on a big stage
Yeah.
in front of, half a Kalispell that goes there. So
Kalispell, that
that's
goes-
exciting. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to be a part of that. How do you think what you've learned will help you in the future?
My plan is actually to go into computer science in
Oh, really?
college. Yes.
Do you have a dream school you have in mind?
FECC apparently has a really good computer science course
Mhm.
that I'm thinking of going to. It's better than moving out of state or to go somewhere different.
Mhm.
I like it here. It's close. I know people, have my family.
Yeah, you can
It's
stay at
easier.
home. That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, FECC has quite a few like game
Yeah, they have a
developing.
lot.
Do you like that kind of thing?
I do like game development. It's always
Okay.
been my dream to do a game at some point.
Good. Well, then that's right down your alley. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. So you've considered a career in technology.
Yes.
And you kind of talked about software developing and game developing. When did you kind of decide you wanted to do that kind of thing?
It was only like a year or two ago, actually.
Oh,
Because
really?
like Code Girls was like a side project. It was there, but it was never like the main intention. And,
Right.
like the last few years have been like so much. I've been like Code Girls. Ooh, this would be cool for a game. This would be awesome. This, and it's just been like, yeah, only the last few years, really.
Yeah. Well, you're young. You still have time.
Yes.
You're going into your 10th grade year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you homeschooled?
I'm homeschooled. Yes.
Nice. Me too. So, and not only have you been with the program for this long, but you've also started helping in classes, right?
Yes.
What's been the most rewarding experience with that?
It's just teaching the girls new things.
Yeah.
Like most of them come in with no experience. They don't
Right.
know. A lot of them haven't ever even like touched a computer. Like I was in thing
Right.
and everyone's like, kids all these days about computers, but I'm talking to these girls and the majority of them have never like touched a computer. They don't know how it works properly.
Yeah.
So it's an experience to like give them through this, to give them this new skill
Yeah,
in
well,
their life.
I was just in, the summer camp you're helping with. I popped in this morning and I was helping one of the girls and she's like, sorry, I don't know phones. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm glad that Co-Girls is here to,
Yes, help with that.
help
part.
with that, all the technology.
All the technology.
Yeah. And so how long have you been helping in classes?
I was helping. I started in the last summer camp last year.
Oh,
so
okay.
for a year.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
And so through the program, you've made so many apps. And are you continuing with it this year or are you just going to be helping?
I'm continuing. We do have an app in the making, and
Oh, you do?
It's entirely finished. We have our video to make our like pitch video and demo video.
Oh, yes.
The 2-in-1. We still have to put that together, but we have until November, so
Oh, for the congressional?
yeah, for the Congress.
I just got word that Zinke put in his papers, so we're getting that set up because for a while, we were working on an app too. I was laughing in the tech booth. We've been working on this app for so long, and for a long time, we weren't our district wasn't signed up. Did you know that?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. So that's been pretty good to get him all signed up, so we can actually compete.
Yes.
But that'll be good. So you've made 5 apps now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What's been your favorite app you've worked on so far?
My favorite app. Well, I think my favorite is we did Nakota Knowledge, which was helping people a part of one of the tribes, like their language that's dead. Like only 100 people in the entirety know it.
Oh my
Yes,
word.
and so many people were like, we want to know it, we want to know it. So someone reached out to Code Girls about this issue,
Oh,
and we made an
very
app based
cool.
off of it.
Very cool. Was that very challenging working with a language you didn't know?
Yeah, it was a bit challenging, and then like there were so many aspects of the app itself. Like we
Yeah.
had 2 apps actually. We had
Oh.
one that was our main one,
Okay.
and we had another one that had to store so much information. You had to open the block screen, and it
Oh.
would take 5 minutes to load, and it would
Gosh.
crash half the time you try to open it.
Yeah. That I get that. There was one app we worked on a while back and it was like bird sounds or something. And it just MIT App Inventor at the time did not have the capacity to store that much and
they're
have
just
it on
like,
mobile
no.
device.
Yeah, and then it was the Firebase database was also the first time using that.
Okay, and that's always a challenge connecting to that.
It's a challenge.
And then the Firebase. Yeah.
I don't even understand it at some points. I'm like, what is this? What is happening?
What is happening? No, I get that. Well, and then sometimes like you go a few months without using it and get all the emails. It's shutting down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is the most you learned from that app?
From that app,
Yeah.
it was like patience because it took a long time.
That's a good answer. Yes. No, wonderful.
It took a long time, lots of hours, lots of
No,
just figuring
get
it out.
that.
Because some aspects were very easy. It was like push a button, play a sound, and then you had this game. That game was the entire reason the
Oh,
app.
how did that work?
It was 4 different like pictures, and it would
Okay.
play a sound that would correspond to a certain picture, and you had to choose the picture that corresponded to the sound.
Oh,
To see if you
interesting.
got it
Okay.
correct. So it had to connect everything
Oh,
together.
so then you're learning what word goes with what sound.
Yeah.
Or with what picture. No, wonderful. That's really cool. I really like
Yeah.
that. So kind of as we wrap up here in these last few minutes, what do you think is some advice you'd give to girls who are thinking about joining but are a little hesitant?
I'd say just go for it. It's a tough process and it might take you a while or many years,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a good thing to learn and just to know that you have that open to you.
Yeah.
You can learn all this about something you could do in the future.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's not just, I mean, like you said, it's business too. It's not just coding. Because
Yeah.
a lot of girls, you know,
Yeah, it
they
gives,
might think that's cool, but maybe that's not what they want to do.
yeah, and business in general is used in so many different practices.
So many different practices. Well, and, you know, you've learned to public speak, and that's a huge.
A massive thing. I never would have done it. I don't like public speaking outside of Code Girls normally.
Right, yeah. But once you're comfortable with something and you know how to talk about it, has Code Girls kind of helped you in your regular schooling too, with the skills you've learned?
Yes, it definitely has with my planning skills and everything.
Planning, organization kind of thing?
Yeah, organization, planning, everything.
Hmm.
Because it's hard when you have to go find something and you have no clue where it is.
That is always very frustrating, not
Yes.
where something is. Well, thank you so much, Willow, for coming on today, and it was good to talk with you.
It was great to talk with you.
What's your name?
My name's Anwin.
What grade are you in?
8th.
And what school do you go to?
I homeschool.
Awesome. What is your favorite thing about Code Girls?
I like the challenge part of it, and the girls that come here are great. I like them.
Nice. Awesome.
Welcome, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
So when did you first start with Code Girls?
I started about a year ago. I started in the beginners class. So it's very new to me. I've really enjoyed it so far.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. How did you first hear about us?
My dad actually got an email
Oh,
saying that there was this program, and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. Since he's a programmer, I was like, that sounds so much fun.
mm-hmm.
So I joined, and honestly, it was like the best decision I've done.
Awesome. And how old are you now?
I'm 12.
You're 12, so
Yeah.
you're going into seventh?
Yeah.
Seventh grade?
So,
So you started in sixth grade,
Mhm.
right? Okay, nice. And so what made you said it was cool. Was it just your dad, or had you been into programming beforehand?
no, not really. I haven't really thought about it.
Mm.
I didn't really put much thought into it. So once I was actually got the chance to think about it, I thought it'd be a great opportunity. And my best friend actually does it too.
Oh, really? Your best friend does it? Were you on the same team?
No.
Oh.
She was the one after the advanced, or one after the beginners.
Oh, the intermediate.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm really glad.
Yeah, for sure. What was your app about?
It was called Worthwhile Therapy. So it was a app for therapy, obviously. And it helped people with suicidal thoughts.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a big issue.
Yeah.
Big one to tackle.
So we built an app on that, and it had lots of different things. So I was really proud of myself for that and my teammates. So
Oh, for sure. So what's been your favorite part about our program?
the teamwork probably.
The teamwork?
Yeah, I enjoy when we actually build our apps. I enjoy the teamwork part about it because somebody can do the designing while somebody can do the coding, and I think it's just really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. What part did you like best? Did you like coding or designing?
I like the coding.
Coding?
Yeah.
Me too. That was always my favorite part too. What do you think is something you've been most proud about in the program?
Most proud about of the program?
Yeah, most proud of. What of something you've learned?
Probably how nice the people are.
Mm.
I very much enjoy that and how much of a help they are for building our apps and other stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. Is there anything besides coding that you've learned being in the program?
A lot of teamwork skills.
Just going back to teamwork? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
It-
for sure.
a lot of teamwork skills because I'm not a very good team worker. So after I got put in the program, it was a lot easier
Mm-hmm.
to do teamwork skills.
No, for
So,
Were you with 3 other girls or just 2 other girls?
2 other girls.
2 other girls, so you're a group of 3?
Mhm.
Nice. How has learning to code and learning about business changed your way of problem solving? Has it made you think any differently when you're coming across issues?
The mistakes in the coding. That helped a lot because you don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Yeah.
So you have to like plan out how to do it so
Mhm.
it doesn't get all wonky.
Yeah, debugging too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes that can take a long time. Speaking about debugging, when you're working on a big project, how have you handled bugs or obstacles? What's your best coping mechanism?
I usually like go through and see what I did wrong, and usually I can find it.
That's good.
But sometimes if I can't, I'll be like, shucks, I
Yeah.
can't find it. So
Half
like,
the battle is finding the issue.
yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. So when you're working on your big project, did you have to speak in public very much?
Not really. Just their presentations.
Just a presentation?
Yeah.
How did that go for you with presenting?
Our first one was amazing, and then it just went downhill from that. Yeah.
Did you do much kind of presenting before you joined the program?
Not a whole lot besides in school, just like basic presentations.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of history presentations in school, so not a whole lot.
How do you think what you've learned will help you in the future?
I feel like what I've learned will help me in the future because the actual coding part, because I'm gonna be a programmer. So,
You are?
yeah.
That's exciting.
So I feel like that helps a lot. So yeah.
Nice. So you want to be a programmer now. Did you ever want to be, what did you want to be before you joined the program, or did you not have any idea?
I really don't. I didn't really have an idea
That's
before.
okay.
I felt really passionate about fashion, so I was like,
Okay.
maybe go there. But now I've really put some thought into it, and I really want to be a programmer.
You really want to be a programmer? That's awesome. What advice would you give other girls who are thinking about joining?
That it's a really good idea to stay, because I made a lot of new close friends. And it's just a really good life lesson for like teamwork and coding itself. Yeah.
How did you stay motivated when things were kind of tricky though?
Just thought about what I guess the circumstances would be, how it'd turn out in the time when I was done with the thing.
Yeah, when your app is what can you share your most memorable experience with your app or with the program? Something you were doing when you were making the app.
The most memorable thing probably would be when we finally got our AI bot to start working.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was like a yay moment for us. It was like, we're gonna win this. Sadly, we didn't, but that's okay.
What did your AI bot do?
It talked talked. It was a texting bot.
Gotcha.
So
Chatbot kind of deal.
yeah. So it talked to them about the problem, and it gave them advice on what their problem was. So like if they were feeling like really down that week, they could go to the AI and be like, this is what you can do. This is how it can help. So
Wow, that's awesome. So you said you want to be a programmer. Do you have any idea where you want to go to school?
probably MIT.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. That's awesome. Shoot for the stars. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was great. And just a great job with everything you're doing. It's
Thank
really
you.
amazing. Yeah.
Great. What is your name?
My name is Thea,
Okay. What grade are you in?
5th grade.
What school do you go to?
I go to West Valley Middle School.
Awesome. And what's your favorite thing about Code Girls?
My favorite thing about Code Girls is probably coming here every year and learning different things, but again, the same apps sometimes. And also, I really love making friends every year. None of the people in my class this year were in my class last year, so that's pretty cool to make new friends. That's probably my favorite part.
Awesome. Can you introduce yourself? What's your name?
My name's Reagan.
Okay, what grade are you in?
I'm in 5th.
And what school do you go to?
I homeschool.
Okay, and what is your favorite thing about Code Girls?
My favorite thing is just spending this wonderful hour with all my friends that I made and my fantastic, loving teacher. Sadly, she's moving away.
Oh, perfect.
Welcome, Sylvia. Thank you so much for being on Code Girls on Air today.
Thanks for having me.
Do you think you could start by introducing yourself and just kind of saying how long you've been with the program?
My name is Sylvia Blair. I've been with the program for 5 years. And yeah, I really like it. So
Nice. 5 years. That's a long time. How did you first hear about us?
my mom told me about you guys, and she was like, hey, I think that this would be a cool thing for you to do just in case you ever want to like have a career in computer science.
Yeah. Why did you choose to do it? Did it just sound fun, or had you liked this kind of thing before?
The first year I was just kind of like, okay, I'll go. And then after that, I just kind of wanted to keep coming back. It was a lot of fun.
No, I get it. That's what Isabel did not want to be in this. In the beginning, she's laughing at me. But it's true, sometimes, parents make us do something, but we end up having a blast with it. So far, what's been your favorite part of the program?
It's probably the development stage of the apps and like working on the scripts and
Oh,
the
yeah.
marketing.
You like kind of that side more than the programming side?
Yeah, I can program. I'm just not like I'm not very good at it.
That's okay. That's great. We like kids who like business plan side of things. What's something that you're most proud of that you've learned with the program? Or most proud of that you've done?
It's probably how to like work in a team and like balance like strengths and weaknesses and like time management.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Time management is a big thing with the app competition.
Yeah.
Those last few months you can kind of have to cram, for sure. What's been your favorite app you've made so far? Because you made a few, right? Like 5.
Yeah. I really like the one that we did this past year, the agricultural management app. That was a lot of fun.
Can you tell us more about what that did?
So it was just kind of this idea we had because we all had some sort of background with agriculture. And so we decided that like we can't really like make an app that like we didn't want to make an app for how to like tell ranchers and farmers and other agriculturists how to do their job, but like we wanted to make a filing system for them to organize and like.
Interesting. So now that you have more experience participating in the programs, how do you feel more confident?
I feel more confident with public speaking, definitely, because like when I started here, I was in first or second grade.
Yeah.
It was like it was just not something I did.
Yeah.
But when they say, hey, we need you to say some stuff in front of a big group of people, it's just kind of like you do it for the team. So
Because you spoke at the Tea Party,
yeah,
right? This last spring?
yeah, I spoke at that.
That's fun. How did that go? Did you have fun doing that?
I was pretty nervous, but it was fun.
That's good.
I was up there
That's
with my
good.
team. It was cool.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. It's always fun to do stuff as a team. That's what Isabel and Emma and I do stuff as a team, and it's always a blast. So how do you think what you've learned will help you in the future?
Well, just in general, you learn some pretty good team management skills and but if you take, as far as future careers go, okay, you take STEM and it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And and computer science can pretty much fit into any piece of that. So there's that. And of course, the access to those careers have primarily in the past been to men. But now if you take the more modern version, I guess we would say, of it, which is STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, it's still very accessible to, more primarily accessible to men. But if you have an organization like this that teaches girls about teamwork, and like they teach you about computer science, which will also fit into very many pieces of that, then like they just give you a very broad spectrum to work with as you get older. And as far as what you can take away from this, also how they've helped me is like everything's probably going to involve AI of some sort in the next few years. So that would be
Definitely. AI is kind of creeping in everything.
So it's just like they teach you how to like they like put you around women who work with all this.
Yeah,
And that's super helpful.
it is. And how do you think some of those women mentors you've had have kind of helped you personally?
They definitely push you. They want to help you, but they also want you to figure stuff out on your own. So it's like they help me like know when to ask for help and like when to know, okay, yeah, I got this. It's not working out, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, for sure. What are some of the issues that you've kind of come across or challenges you've come across, and how have you kind of handled those?
A lot of it has to do with like when there are certain pieces, like specifically with coding. Of course, these problems can occur anywhere within the app, on the marketing side or on the coding side. But in the coding side, it's like when there are two pieces of code that aren't working, it's like knowing how to troubleshoot with those and like figure out what's not working and like what's causing it to do this or like what's causing it not to do anything and like how to find it.
Yeah, how to find the problem, not just solve it, finding it. That's half the battle, honestly, is finding the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what advice would you give other girls who are thinking about joining or have joined?
Be patient. You're not going to get it right away.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve.
It is a learning curve. Being patient's a great advice.
Yeah, and like I said, learn when to ask for help and learn like when you got this and like when you're going to figure it out.
Well, and so how do you stay motivated when you're kind of being challenged?
I think a lot about what my teammates do and then like also like what I can do to help them out with what they have and like how I stay motivated is like you're on a team, you want to do well for them, and to a certain extent you also want to do well for yourself.
Yeah.
So like show yourself that you can do this, and they're there to support you.
Yeah.
And you're there to like help prove to them that they can do this.
Yeah.
So that's how I stay motivated. It's like all like supporting each other.
Wonderful.
Kind of.
Awesome.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think that's great. What's been your most memorable experience so far? Was there any app that was your favorite?
Well, yeah, I really like the app that we just did, but also a few years ago we did like this app for the cutthroat trout because they were starting to be threatened by rainbow trout. And so we just kind of did some like work with that. And I really like that app. I don't remember a whole lot about it now, but
That's okay. I just saw your picture out on the wall of fame we have in the office, and I was about that.
No, Montana Fish and Wildlife's magazine.
Yeah.
Well, Montana Outdoors. I forgot what the name was.
It was a
but-
magazine clip that we have hanging out there.
they did a little article on this, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's so much fun. So, where are you going in the future? What are some of your future goals?
I want to do volunteer work with Code Girls United.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever thought about interning either?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. What about, do you know where you want to go to school? It's okay to say no.
There are so many schools.
There
I
are
don't
a lot
know.
of schools.
I want to go out of state.
What makes you want to go out of state?
I don't know. It's just kind of like I've been here my whole life, and I love it here. But I want to like go somewhere where maybe
Yeah,
I can learn other stuff.
very cool. And do you have an idea of what you want to do for work?
Something in STEM or
Something
STEAM.
in STEM?
Yeah.
Or STEAM. Nice. Wonderful. Any last closing thoughts before we sign off?
No, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Okay.
This was great.
Thank you to everyone listening for supporting Code Girls United in our mission. We truly appreciate each and every one of you.
We will be taking a 2-week break from posting in order to enjoy the holidays with our families, but you won't want to miss our upcoming episodes in 2025. Join us again on January 10th for another episode of Code Girls on Air, and happy holidays.